Before we start, I heard a rumor that for every like this video gets, a new affordable listing comes in your local market. I'm not sure how true it is, but I would really appreciate it. My name is Avani Parikh with Public Trust Realty Group. I'm a realtor in Bergen County, and now that we have the introduction behind us, let's dive deep. Let's start with inflation. Inflation has broken a 40 years record and is at 8.5% in March. Inflation was already high even in 2021. However, global factors like the Russia-Ukraine war added fuel to the fire. Chinese COVID lockdowns also impacted the already severe supply chain issues. As per the CNN article, Port of Shanghai is at a standstill. Sony and Apple supplier plants in and around Shanghai are idle. Quanta, the world's biggest contract notebook manufacturer and a MacBook maker, has stopped production entirely. Tesla had shuttered its Shanghai Gigafactory, which produced about 2,000 electric cars a day. Fed indicated that it will increase federal interest rates to combat inflation. It has already increased it by 0.25% in March of 2022. 6 more rate hikes are projected for 2022. The next Fed meet is on May 4th. Now we come to the mortgage rates. Fed had barely started increasing its interest rates, and we already see the mortgage rates at 5% plus today. While there is no direct relation between the Fed interest increases and the mortgage rate increases, but there is an indirect relation, and I'm posting a link to that below. In the past 4 months of 2022 alone, the mortgage interest rates have risen by almost 2%, which is remarkable. Today, on the 18th of April, the 30-year fixed interest rates are at an average of 5.6%. However, these rates are only for those at the top tier of the credit score. An interesting thing to notice, if the credit score is below 699, the 30-year fixed interest rates are close to 7%. As for Experian, average credit score of millennials is 686. If they are the largest first-time home buyers, then many just saw their mortgage rates rise to 7% and thus so does that mean they will stop buying and the house prices will come crashing down? There is another twist to this tale. Big investors like BlackRock and other hedge funds have been scooping down on single-family investment properties. As can be seen, 1 of 3 or 4 houses in October 2021 to 1 of 5 in December 2021 were bought by them. So, individual homeowners were actually bidding against the Wall Street. So mortgage interest rates may rise to 7%, 8%, but hey, Wall Street can absorb all these sticker shocks. So on one hand, if the home buyers are slowing down on their purchases because of unaffordability, the hedge funds and the big investors, on the other hand, may be ready to buy them. As I always say, real estate is local. I do not have specific data about how big investors are buying in Bergen County, but I did look at all the cash purchases in the past 3 months. And boy, they are around 20%. So while the rising interest rates may make the homes unaffordable for a lot of home buyers, these big investors might be ready and available to come in and buy them. Now, the home price appreciation. According to CoreLogic, the national home price appreciation from February 2021 to February 2022 was, take a guess, 20%. Yes, it was because of lack of inventory. And I also ran the numbers of median home prices in Bergen County from February 2021 to February 2022, and it has risen from 580,000 to 641,000, which is between 10 and 11% depreciation. So, is the market shifting? New listings for March 2022, though lower by 20% from the more normal years of 2018 and 2019, these numbers have still risen in time for the spring market. If the rising mortgage rates and the rising home prices do bring a little slowdown in the housing market, plus the new inventory comes in, then I think it would be good news for the buyers to the extent that they get more options to choose from. Many of my buyers who did not get a home in 2021 and saw the mortgage interest rates rise decided to take a break and wait till the market stabilizes. So if you are also thinking on those lines, you may still have competition. Instead of bidding against 30 offers, you may be bidding against 10 or 5. But hey, it's that one offer that you have to beat, which is the highest and best. I also came across this headline. Does that mean a correction? Not yet. Prices are still at record high and many sellers are listing their houses ridiculously high, trying to test the market and end up bringing the prices down in line with the current market. And this article by the Federal Reserve Bank of Dallas had a lot of investors excited. What does it say? Real-time market monitoring finds signs of brewing US housing bubble. It's a long article. Let's quickly scroll down. While historically low interest rates are a factor, they do not fully explain housing market developments. Other drivers have played a role, including stimulus programs, supply chain disruptions, and associated policy responses. The resulting fundamental driven higher house prices may have fueled a fear of missing out wave of exuberance involving new investors and more aggressive speculation among existing investors. Based on present evidence, they are not expecting a fallout as bad as 2007-2009. So that's good news. Anyways, I will be linking this below for you to go through the whole article. Just as I was about to publish my video, I came across this other article. Fannie Mae is a US mortgage finance giant, and the headline definitely caught my attention. It says modest recession eyed in 2023, Fannie Mae economists predict. They expect house sales to decline by 7.4% this year and 9.7% in 2023. They expect the modest recession in the second half of next year in the face of Fed tightening and the war in Ukraine. But just like Federal Reserve of Dallas, they also maintain that the severity will not be like the Great Recession of 2007-2009 due to multiple factors. What are those factors? From a housing perspective, factors weighing against a severe downturn include stronger mortgage credit quality, a far less leveraged residential real estate and mortgage finance system, and a better equipped mortgage servicer and public policy apparatus, as well as ongoing housing supply constraints relative to demographic demand for housing. So we just saw they expect the home sales to decline. Oh well, it says home price appreciation may also cool, which is in line with what we have been talking about. They are not expecting a crash, but they definitely expect the appreciation to slow down in pace or cool down. I'm not here to time the market. I'm only here to provide you information on what's happening in present times so that you can make an educated decision. Demand is still higher than supply. Till that situation remains, the house appreciation might slow down. All that means is it might not go like this, but it may slow down to this, or maybe go sideways, or maybe correct a little. But if you're expecting it to go like this, oh, I'm getting older. If you're expecting a crash, that might not happen in 2022. Also, if the rates do go sideways or even correct, a lot of buyers may see negligible to negative savings because now the interest rates have risen quite a bit. I've heard people say real estate agents just want us to buy a home because they can earn their commission. Well, I want to tell you, I don't want you to buy a house if you cannot afford it. If you do not have money to buy a house, no reserves, and you are going to be house poor, then I do not want you to buy a house. However, if you can afford it, and if you are in today's market, then I want you to make offers which are in line with today's market and not at a market value which was 3-4 years ago. If you are making offers in today's market, check that video above. Who knows, it might help you win the next offer. And once again, thank you so much for watching. Till next time.